We got ourselves Team Red with Atheman, Canny, Fortune, Reki, and we got ourselves Snoopy. Not even looking at the competition, he's just looking at the wall, man. He doesn't care. Because the competition has the Baczynski in there. It has Dot Lord, that's what it was. We got ourselves Costaro, Oral B, like the toothpaste. And then Puza, P-U-Z-A is all I can get out of the name. I don't know what it is. But that's going to be Fortune versus Baczynski in the opener. Baczynski getting hit with a bit of a leg sweep. Fortune trying to see if he can nuke him down after doing quite a bit of sustainable damage to Fortune. That's going to be AJ with another dono, my man. I guess you can say Classic is dead. Yeah. Thank you, AJ. Hashtag AJ in chat. For anybody watching this on YouTube, AJ did not say Classic is dead, but rather he was asking where Dead is, the survival hunter that joins our duels. And I said I haven't heard from him forever, but last time I saw he was playing Classic, so AJ is like, I guess Classic is dead, as in play on words, dead, Classic, dead. Not actually. Everybody who fucking loves Classic and hates on retail players, don't you fucking dare hate on AJ, goddammit. There's gonna be a guy with zero sense of humor who's gonna be like, I swear to God, Classic. Gonna be cheap shot onto Fortune, but she's gonna actually look at you catch a full reset for Fortune. Has a mark for death ready on the guy. Is actually gonna re-slow him down. Touch of death coming down, but Baczynski is gonna vanish out of it immediately. Fortune's looking to get him out. Does catch him out. Does he have? Oh no, he's actually gonna eat that full touch of death. Huge damage onto Baczynski, and my music just stopped going completely. There it goes back. Even the music stopped for a second to just be like, what just happened? Oh, Baczynski survived a huge hit. Fortune buffed his health with a trinket, with a gladiator's like badge trinket, but also he popped wall for that as well to get the biggest touch of death available. Baczynski just almost just reduced it by so much. The fact that he survived that was huge. Cool stone into Fortune with a little bit of crucible to follow. Fortune looking to catch himself a little bit of reset with Vivifies. Baczynski looking to catch a reset as well. 2 minutes in, boys. Let's go. But Baczynski needs to make sure he has everything available. He needs to make sure there's a Vendetta, full kidney shot, Fortune somewhat lowish on health, and capping into so much of Baczynski a little bit early. He does get a re-stealth here. That's going to be maybe a vanish for Baczynski. Trinkets out of it, kidney shot into Fortune. He's going to trick it out of it. Baczynski vanishing out of that in the last second. Not to eat that touch of death damage. Go road to follow to Fortune. Fortune still holding on to Karma. Might need to Karma here. Baczynski does get an Venom on him for a second. Looking to reset those poisons on him. But Fortune does get himself a clean reset. Baczynski looking to catch himself a reset as well. Fortune is sitting at about half his health. No trinket. So Baczynski, if he has like a full setup, he might stand a chance here. Maybe a sap around the corner. Does not get that sap. Doesn't want to get too close to that ring of peace. Vivifies, no, he's going to be way out of that health range. You are not going to be able to get him down in the full kidney shot. Does land the garrote. Kidney shot to follow. Vendetta right now, but she's going to decide to commit everything here. Mark for Death and Venom. Crucibles to follow. Fortune is going to try to turn this around with a Karma. Baczynski is going to Cloak of Shadows and run away after getting a slow into Fortune. Needs to make sure that the poisons are on him. In cap around the corner. Fortune still sitting with that Vendetta for a little bit longer. Looking to catch a full reset. Keeps cleansing himself of poisons every single time. And that was a Vendetta that didn't quite do it. It got quite a bit of defenses out of Fortune. Cheap shot as the opener comes in for Baczynski. Get himself a fan with a kidney shot to follow. Just looking to catch a reset onto Fortune. The more resets he can do, the better. Because he really, I mean, his Assassination, hit and run playstyle is the bread and butter. Fortune looking to engage, but that's going to be evasion out of Baczynski. This is a perfect opportunity for him to get quite offensive here. But a Ring of Peace is going to phase him out of there. Is going to get him out of that situation. Looking to catch a reset. Kidney shot onto Fortune. No chicken available, but I don't know Baczynski got any pressure right now. It's more of a game of cat and mouse. He's just getting Fortune's health kind of low-ish. Fist of Fury. Gonna be a blind onto Fortune as he got himself Trinket as well as Wall. His health pool is massive. Baczynski could actually, if he goes for a stun, as Fortune's health drops, he'll actually lose quite a considerable amount of health. So the lower Fortune's health is, there is an opportunity that he will just die with that health decrease. Kidney shot to follow. Maybe Baczynski can get some big rampy damage going. Toxic Blade up and running. Cheap shot to follow with that Shadow Meld. Fortune still maintaining a lot of health. He is super low. But that's going to be Ring of Peace just to zone him out. Incap to follow. Touch of Death. Bachinski does have advantage for this with a trinket if needed. Trying to shut us up around Fortune. Fortune super low in health. Might have to Karma here. Vanish coming out for Bachinski. Does Fortune have a trinket here? If he actually doesn't have a trinket, he might be in a bad spot. Leg sweep onto Bachinski as the Garrote comes out. Fortune might have to Karma this immediately just to maintain himself as best as possible. He does have a trinket though. He does have a trinket for the time being. So Bachinski has him on the ropes. Trinket is the only thing he's got going on with a Karma. But he's trying to recover in health as best as possible. Bachinski should also be doing the same thing. Flat spinning crane kick does get him out of stealth. Cheap shot to follow. Maybe a kidney shot right after. Marfareth in Venom does get a kidney shot either way. Short kidney trying to get some poisons up and running. Fortune is going to pour back. Cleanse himself of poisons. Trying to heal 8% dampening. Bachinski has him on the ropes. Has him so close to dead. Needs to play this out properly. Fortune popping in range just early a little bit. Just to get those field fights out. Bachinski staying way out of there, man. Unfortunately, looking to reroll to the other side, buy himself as much time as humanly possible against Bachinski for now. That's a little bit unlucky that chain, like the chi wave happened, but nothing you can do about it really. Getting a shot into Fortune off of that cheap shot. Bachinski trying to get it up pressured again. Full trinket probably going to be coming out with Touch of Death right now. No, Fortune actually popping wall and everything. Now got to go for Touch of Death here, but he does pop his health up. Evasion available for Bachinski. Fortune is trying to survive. Fortune needs to make sure he's good enough on health. As soon as those health increases drop, his health is going to drop quite substantially. At least that trinket with a health increase. Look at that, dude. It wasn't actually like a damage ability. Just all that health that was given was also taken away. And Bachinski looking to catch a reset. He just cannot quite get Fortune down, though. He can't quite pressure him well enough. And Fortune, you got to stop doing that. You got to stop trying to do that. Stop trying to hit one of the enemies with Chi Wave. That's not a thing, dude. Come on. You can use it on Bachinski, not on other people. Trying to cheese the damage. Does burn and diffuse magic for a second to deal with the poison damage a little bit. Fist of Fury locking up Bachinski for a second. Evasion to follow. Bachinski, all he has are Phantom Knives and Crucibles. Actually, as soon as he hits Fortune with a Crucible, he does peel back to catch a couple of Vivifies, porting away, trying to buy himself as much time as possible. Trick is still available. Ring of Peace does come out. Bachinski making sure to keep those poisons rolling on Fortune, making it hard for him to heal his dampening. Starts rolling in Karma coming out from Fortune very early on, trying to get some offensive pressure. Blind does not want to trinket this, actually. Does not want to trinket it. Wants to make sure he has a trinket for the defensive. Wall coming up very soon for him. Might want to check it out of this kidney shot immediately. Bachinski got any kind of pressure. His Fortune's health is super low. Kidney, trinkets out of it. Wall, trinket available as well. All the health increase is going to be advantage for Bachinski. He needs to get a sap into Fortune immediately. At least that's what I would be going for. Fortune recovering quite a bit of health. Picking up the eyes. It looks like he might actually be free to just get himself as much health as possible, as much healing as possible. While he has himself quite a big health pool of healing. No trinket available. Touch of Death coming out onto Bachinski. Why he has all that health up into a stun. Bachinski, no trinket available. Does he have advantage? He needs to make sure he has Shadow Meld or something. Cloak of Shadow is coming up. I think he Shadow Melded it. I think he did Shadow Meld in a second. Kidney shot onto Fortune. He actually leaves. Fortune actually left the kidney shot. He was just done. Oh my god. He Shadow Melded the Touch of Death and just... Oh my god. How did he find a Shadow Meld there? He had Ring of Peace and everything. Oh my god, that was just pinpoint, like, last second, Shadow Meld. Fortune dropped the ring, like, I should have had that over the bat. But he just left after that kidney shot. He had nothing. I think you should still play it out, Fortune. But he literally made that monk rage quit, dude. He fucking bailed, dude. He left in rage. Ah, Bachinski, you gotta... That's still gonna count as your kill. That rage quit, that counts as your kill, dude. That counts. That counts in my heart. That's going to be a cheap shot onto Athlete. Does not even get his adaptation out in the opener. Looks like Athlete has a cauterize as well. That'd be interesting if Paladin said something like that. Athlete is playing the Crucible. Is going to be taking off those poisons immediately. But it looks like Bachinski reapplied those poisons as soon as Athlete cleansed them. It looks like Bachinski just keeps poking out to make sure those poisons are up on Athlete just to put pressure on the guy. Making sure wound poison is there, making sure the dots are there. Athaman just taking quite a substantial amount of damage. Wings are coming out. Bachinski has a trinket if needed, but it looks like he wants to just sit out. Oh, Athaman does not go for Templars to follow. Blind, get a shot to follow. Blind does get adapted immediately. Bachinski trying to get the bubble out of Atha immediately. That's going to be Shield of Vengeance. Atha is not going to go healing. Bachinski did vanish, but he's not away from Atha. Wants to get an interrupt onto the flash of light. Does let us sap instead. Keeping Athaman low if anything. Bachinski does need to get himself quite a bit of healing. Needs to get himself a concoction going or something. Athaman Shield of Vengeance does proc, but Bachinski does not get hit by it. staying next to Atha in case. He does go for a kick. He does land the kick. Garou, cheap shot to follow. He's not going to be able to lock him out of bubble just quite yet. Not going to be able to do it. But he's trying to maintain this poison as best possible. Does Azeroth have wings right now? He's still super low on health. But he's just been trying to keep his low. Actually trying to turn it around. Get a shot onto Azeroth. Might go for bubble here. Does he go for bubble? He does for bubble for the last second. But just looking to sprint out of there. Azeroth been going for a massive recovery, but 37% dampening. Not a lot of recovery can be done. Garou immediately for Baczynski. Trying to knight Atheman in any kind of cast. Does get him repoisoned at all times. Making it harder for Atheman to get any kind of heals. Those flashlights are not going to be so little in effectiveness with that 15% or towards the 20-30% extra healing reduction. That is so huge. Barely any recovery left. Even Crucible is just doing severe little. Garou coming down to Atha. Might have a Hodge available for Baczynski. Bomb coming out. Baczynski could cloak this right now. Does get a cloak off. Trying to continue the poisons rolling into Atha, which does work from Phantom Knives. At least you can put a crippling poison on the guy. And one poison. But it's looking to catch a reset. Athaman trying to get as much value out of here. If he can get wings up and running right now, he might stand a chance. Shot onto Baczynski. Trinkets out of it. Atha got wings up and running. That's going to be flashlights for Atha. Get a shot to follow. It looks like Atha might just fall down here. Baczynski does dispatch him. And Baczynski does have to go up versus Reki. Now Reki has not got to play yet. Playing a survival hunter with a bit of that camo. Walk into Baczynski immediately. And the rogue is going to be hugging the wall for a second. Just trying to see if he can get out of that situation. And does walk out of there. Reki is going to have a bit of a hard time with Baczynski. Him playing Dwarf, however, like normal Dwarf, does allow him to take off all those dots. So that'll be quite huge when it comes to dealing with Vendetta out of Baczynski. Vendetta fully dotted up. He's just going to shed those dots. Baczynski is going to find himself low on energy without any kind of dot ticks, poison ticks rolling. 12 minutes in. 3 people still left on Team Red. Can Baczynski go through all those people? Back and forth. Go road into Reki. Kidney shot to follow after landing the sap on Reki's pet. And Baczynski is trying to punish Reki with a powerful open, a Toxic Blade, and everything available. Reki actually not doing that good. Double cheap shot to follow. Dropping out a trap. Trying to go for a bit of a feigned death. And I don't think that was a feigned death. You know, something about that doesn't make me think it's a feigned death. I think it was a real death. Reki didn't even get to play the game. Snoopy just goes for a hibernation. Yeah, I feel you, Snoopy. Some of these rogue games, man, you know what? That rogue wants to win, and you're just gonna wait it out, man. It's gonna be hard to catch the rogue even if you pick up the eye, man. The pillars here are quite nutty. Trinket coming out for Baczynski immediately with Thorns up for Snoopy. He actually has a massive advantage here to try to get on top of Baczynski. He keeps hitting into those Thorns, which is going to put him in a bad spot even if evasion is up. Baczynski just put himself in an unwinnable position, getting shot at Snoopy. Trinkets out of it. Baczynski no blind available. Trying to shot his step past Snoopy, but the dots is still melting him down. Churning on with a short cheap shot, trying to see if he can get away from Snoopy. He does have full dots up and running. Big bite closes out the game. And down goes Baczynski on Team Blue. Well, which honestly should be Team Red because so many Russians did. It's a red army right here, dude. The red army is in. Alrighty, Puza is up next. Pooz. Wait, is that Ori? Just with a different name? Because you got to say Mog. It might be. Puza, though. P-U-Z-A. Puzan. I don't know what that is. I'm afraid, like, if I say something in Russian, like, what if it's like a curse word or something, right? You never know. I don't know my Russian all that well. Silence on the Snoopy as he tries to get himself a lead behind the pillar. Actually, full stun. Or a short stun onto Pooz. Pause. Like, P-A-U-Z-P-A-U-S-E. Stun onto Snoopy. Wait, could Pooz actually have enough bursts right now to take down Snoopy? Crucible to follow. Does have dots rolling on the guy. Trying to catch a regrowth, actually, but the dots is still rolling on him. Crucible is up to get him a bit of a heal, but the dampening is just too high. Into a disperse for Pooz, just trying to reduce how much damage he's taken from any bleeds. But Snoopy looking to maybe catch himself a bit of a reset. Pooz gets a couple dots. Does get a bit of a greater fade for that Crucible. Does he get to dodge the Crucible? That's a lot of dot damage on the Pooz right now. He's just melting. That shield is not going to keep him rolling, though. Regrowth coming out for Snoopy, which is a bit of a heal, but also damage increase. Trying to reapply those bleeds onto the priest, but the priest getting hit with a bash. The Snoopy gets to get out of that alive. Does go for a big old bite. As Snoopy does get hit with a Maledict to follow now. Trying to regrowth past a Maledict. No, any health available. Crucible, nothing. Oh my goodness. The priest does get to snipe him out of there. Candy's last one left. I don't know if you can give the Shadow Priest a honor duel there, man. It's impossible. Priest is going to hit him with a Crucible of Breath to Fall. It looks like he's going to hit with a Ring of Frost. No, he actually doesn't. Boost could go for a bit of a Greater Fate here, actually. He has all the CC capability. Does he go for a Silence right now? Maybe Greater Fate? Vampiric Touch? Maybe damage? Does he go for Greater Fate? Does go for Greater Fate at the very last second, though. To get through that CC. Gonna get Frozen. Fear onto Canny. He's gonna hit him with a bit of a VT. Could go for Mind Control right after. Silence on the Canny right now. He can't... Could he trigger Silence? Actually, he might be able to. Breath missing, and Pooh's just trying to see if he can survive this long enough. Just let the dots do the work, and Candy needs to buy his time right here. Using Crucible as offensive might not be a good idea. And the next then, Pooh's has a full setup with a Silence, Fear, everything. He actually has Disperse coming up very, very soon. It's going to Disperse up to Candy right now. Get that heal rolling while he's got it. Maybe follow up with some CC right after stun with a VT. It's actually going to be Breath for Candy as he gets out of that stun at the very last second. Mind Control coming out by Pooh's. Does Candy go for a bit of a CC on it? Actually, he might just die to the dots right now. Trying to Greater Fate it. Yep. With a shield to follow. Barely in health. Down he goes. 79% dampening. Nothing you can do. Go roll into Candy with a cheap shot to follow right now. It's going to be Oral B. Polymorph trying to dodge it. Does get to Shadow Meld it. That's going to be Polymorph for Candy, but he got nothing left. Counterize is going to at least give him a full set of health. Does has blocking immediately with a Greater Fate to follow. Does shrink it out of it with a Smoke Bomb. Doesn't even want to let it take any damage from this mage. Oral B still has the Cloak of Shadows. And Candy, did he actually find himself an Invis? He actually did. Oral B might just have to go for a little bit of a eye. He does not go. He does. He doesn't. He does go for the eye. He vanished that eye. He vanished him on the eye. Garrote, Kidder Shot. Candy has nothing left here, man. Nothing at all. And that's going to be game. Team Blue is going to take this one. Candy with a little bit of a temporal. Very well played, though, boys. Very well played by the both teams. That was a long-ass game, dude. That was a hell of a game. What's up, Brandon? Head of my man. Yo, that Shadow Priest, dude. I like what he was trying to do there. I just wish he was able to play before the dampener and really get the scale up. You know what I mean? I think it would have been good.